Hello, my name is Ty, and I'm presenting my inside horror movie concept. So, the movie starts off with a YouTube video uploaded by Louise Paxton on April 27th, 2007, where she makes a cry for help as an intruder broke into her house, and the UK law enforcement would not help her. So, in this cry for help, she shows real fear, and this is a real YouTube video that was uploaded onto YouTube in 2007. So the concept is built off of this actual YouTube video.
Hi, my name's Louise Paxton, and I'm making this videotape to record, document an event which first started 2 nights ago. It's Thursday night tonight, and on Tuesday night an intruder came to my house. I was woken up by the sound of a rustling. It was like a scraping noise outside of my bedroom window, and it stopped, so I didn't really think anything of it. I lay there for a while, and then I came through into the kitchen in here to make a drink, and I must have walked right past him, because on my way back to the bedroom there was a man stood. I'll show you. There was a man stood at my doorway here, leaning against the pane of the window, and I rang the police on Tuesday night, and I told them that there was somebody at my door, and I'd asked him who he was and what he wanted, and he hadn't said anything. They said that they couldn't come unless he posed an immediate threat, and I said, well, he's at my door, and they asked me if he was still at my door, and when I looked, he'd gone. So they wouldn't even send anybody out just to check, just to look around to see if there was anyone there. So they said to call again if it happened again, and then again on Wednesday night, last night, I heard the noise again, and when I came to look, the same he was there again. So I called the police again, and again they said that they couldn't do anything unless it was an immediate threat. So tonight, it's nearly 1 o'clock now, and for the last 2 nights he's come at around 1 o'clock. So I'm going to film. I'm going to try to get some evidence on film. That's it.
So the story starts off with Lauren Walker 12 years after the Louise Paxton video, and Lauren Walker goes to college. She's very outgoing, she's young, and she's pretty, and in college she knows a lot of people, and she gets around in college. So during winter break, she decides to travel back home to visit her family for Christmas. So on her ride back home, she's in the middle of nowhere, and she decides to stop at an abandoned gas station to use the bathroom. She feels very unsettled in this gas station. She feels very uncomfortable and scared, but she really has to use the bathroom. So she walks into the back area where the bathrooms are, and notices that all the stalls in the woman's bathroom are locked except for one. In the unlocked stall on the back of the door is photos of Louise Paxton and photos of her showering and eating and sleeping and walking around her house and getting in her car and her at her job. So Lauren finds these photos of this woman that she does not know and is very disturbed, and she can tell by these photos that this woman is being stalked. So Lauren's very creeped out by these photos of Louise and runs out of the gas station, and without noticing, she doesn't realize that there was a man watching her the entire time of her entering the gas station and running out. So this man ends up following her back home with her family. And during the movie, as a viewer, we feel very like in the unknown. We feel very like scared as Lauren is, but we know what she did wrong, and Lauren doesn't know that she did wrong by entering this gas station. So when she gets home, she's very disturbed. She tells her family about the situation that happened, and her parents are upset at her, and her younger brother, Nick, is very interested in the topic of this abandoned gas station and these photos from a stalker. So later that night and some following nights, her family begins to notice that things around the house are moving and changing, and they begin to blame each other, and this begins the downfall of the family relationship as everyone's fighting and blaming each other for drinking all the milk and using all the shampoo and moving things around. So this begins arguments in the family, and the family begins to build a less stronger relationship, which allows our antagonist, the stalker, to get the upper hand on the Walker family. So Lauren is very scared about this whole situation. She feels kind of suspicious about the things moving around, but her family just thinks that it's them. They think that it's each other. So one night, Lauren goes outside to talk to her friend at 2 a.m. Her friend's coming home from a party, and Lauren goes outside to have a conversation with her friend, and she realizes that she left her phone inside. And when she goes to walk back inside the house, she realizes that the door is locked, and this makes Lauren fill with a panic in a way. And her friend, who is sitting in the car looking at the house, sees that one of the lights in the rooms are on. That's not Lauren's room. So Lauren's very scared in this moment. She unlocks the door with the spare key in the flower pot, runs up into the room, and notices there is a man watching her brother sleep. So then Lauren freaks out and runs out of the room, calls 911, and this man is gone by the time the police get there. And her family at this point is in shambles. They're scared. They have just been broken into. So during the movie, we go through a lot with this family, and we watch this intruder break in. But in the end, Nick and Lauren do go back to that gas station to find a secret layer where they can see cameras all in their house. They can see audio recordings of them talking and conversations that they're having, maps of their house, schedules of who's home and when, and they find this information and they freak out and they call 911. But the stalker is watching them inside of his own lair, and this is when the trouble in the movie begins. So that's just my started concept of this movie. Inside, I wanted it to be more like a creepy, realistic, like this could actually happen in real life kind of movie. And yeah, that's just my concept for this movie. Thank you for listening.